everyone, we are back here from Cruxell's studio in Stockholm, Sweden. And you know what? We've come to the end of the line in our second Korean qualifier here for the Kung Fu Cup. And this is the final game. It is going to determine who is going to be the third player to advance on into the rounds of 32.
Indeed, we're going to see Czech versus Cure coming up. We already see Hyun and Rogue moving forward.
So 2 Zergs to join our 2 Terrans and 1 Protoss from yesterday.
I couldn't be happier.
No man, I know you're very happy.
I might sound like, it might sound odd if you just tune in today because like, oh, is he just loving the Zerg players? But, you know, yesterday we had 1 Zerg. We casted the entire day and the rest was just T's and P's.
But the TVTs yesterday were amazing.
Oops.
Oh, that was a bit sloppy, man.
That's a bit sloppy.
Sorry. Keep up a professional.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Professional look. But you know, guys, it is of course going to be Cure versus Czech. It is a TVZ. So you know, if Czech manages to pull through, take down Cure, it's not going to be easy. But you know, we might end up with 3 Zergs qualifying from this second round.
We could actually, but of course, I'm just gonna say it. Cure. Oh my god.
He's a monster.
It's like, even the point, like, he doesn't even just play standard, he plays standard extremely well.
Oh yeah.
And he adds in stuff like, oh, I got Drilling Claws. Like, you know, in the late
like,
mid game.
Yeah, it goes for like Mind Drops. Like,
yeah, Mind Drops
so few
when Drilling Claws finish.
So few Terrans do that.
Yeah, with Drilling Claws. Like, who does that? Not many.
No, man. But Cure does.
Cure does.
And it's going to be interesting to see if Czech can stand up to that. Cure, of course, one of the better Terrans out there, one of the best Terrans in the world, arguably. I guess he's up there together with like Innovation and Maru.
Yeah, Innovation, Maru, Taja, you have Cure.
Gumiho is pretty good, but he's maybe not up there yet.
Yeah, like Supernova and Gumiho are both kind of like, you know, reaching. But
yeah, but come on, both of those guys, really, really talented Terrans. But how's it going, man? Are we getting ready to jump into our lobby?
They are just setting up the lobby, so they have vetoed and finished everything up, so we should be getting in any minute.
Yeah, man. I want to talk about one thing, though. Like, have you just thought about it, that the vetoes have almost always been identical in each individual series, no matter of what matchup it's been? Like, we've landed on Overgrowth, Catalina, and Deadwing the most.
Oh, absolutely the most, yes. I don't know, I think people are...
Vani a lot as well, but, you know, mainly those 3 maps.
I think Inferno Pools is one of those maps, for instance, that you don't really like to play a lot. It's like
like awkward at the third base.
It's awkward because, like, for Zerg players, for instance, if you spawn cross, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, you have a lot of distance, you can really just shut down drops, and you can move all of the map, but if you're close, especially if you're horizontal, oh, it's just
yeah, like awkward. We saw, you know, Reapers coming in there right into your main.
Yeah, when we had like vertical as well, it's so quick to get into
top left, bottom right.
It's really quick to get in with the Reapers.
Oh yeah,
and drops are so quick as well. 1 second, I'm gonna see. Yeah, okay, he's in. It's fine. It's fine.
We have everyone. I'm actually leaning over and it looks really bad. But
yeah, it's fine. We have everyone in.
I'm just helping you to make sure that everything's fine. We have all the right people in all the right places.
Yep, indeed. So yeah, I think Inferno Pools is weird. I think people don't like Expedition Lost too much. We saw Secret Springs a bit yesterday, nothing today.
Yeah, a game or 2.
Yeah, I mean, a Secret Spring is one of those maps that's really special. A lot of map-specific builds.
Well, we actually had that insane TVT.
With the command centers.
Yeah, well, it was Bunny who played versus... Byung.
Oh yeah,
Bunny and Byung had like crazy TVT. You guys should definitely go check out those VODs. Like, to any of you Terrans there watching, if you want to learn a thing or two.
I think they're up on YouTube already.
They might be. But you know, nonetheless, sick series yesterday, and they have not been disappointing us today as well. So I'm just really happy, man, that we get to cast this in this amazing studio. Such a good lineup. But you know, without further ado, let us hop into the first game here in the final series. We have our first player here. He is the Red Terran playing for Jin Air Green Wings, and he is Cure.
And his opponent in the left-hand side on 9 o'clock position on Catalina, playing for Way I Spider. We think at least that it's going to be Czech.
Yeah, man. Like, we'll just call him Czech again. Like, we'll land on that.
Yeah, because I was thinking Wei and just said it, and then I was like, wait, is he actually playing? I get some confused when people tell me one thing, but like all the stats tell me something different. That's we're gonna have to ask him after this.
Oh yeah, man.
What truly is right.
Yeah, we'll have a word with him. Sit down.
Yeah, sit down. Shine a lamp in his face. Like, oh, you're really playing for Wei? But, okay.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Let's see if we see a longer game than the first game between Cure and Rogue. It was a bit awkward, the first one.
It was, like that very first one on Inferno Pools. Like...
It's almost like when you realize, like, this is, like, I chose the wrong race, so you just make a lot of links and just rally right into the turn and die.
Seemed, to be honest, I think he seemed extremely flustered in that one game.
So yeah, I think it was his plan was like mass speedling, get in and surround the Hellions because you're not ready for it. And he was about to do that even as Cure just a bit too good with his handling of the Hellions.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And he was droning behind it, so I think he was trying to just get in with enough links to kill off workers.
But then he like, realized I didn't kill enough Hellions. I have no lings now, and if I stop making lings, I'll have no economy. So Q can just come in and kill all of my drones in my natural.
Especially with those spawn positions on
yeah, so it just takes so quick to get over there, and we're here now, and Q did not manage to bring down his teammates, so he is instead going to be facing off against Czech. Got a Reaper on the way. Does he already? I think he's already got one.
No, that's a drone. That's not even a drone.
That's an SCV.
Yeah, but Kyo is going to scout correctly the first attempt. Czech does get his gas, so nothing to freak out about. We're not going to see that very interesting roach push that we did see from Rogue. That did win him the series against Kyo. But let's see here, because Kyo right now is leaving away with his Reaper. Is going to see if he can get a few drones, maybe.
Yeah,
and Czech only gets 4 links.
Standard. Sometimes we see, the Zerg going up to 6.
Yeah.
Cutting out one drone to be
I
a
would
bit
say
safer.
it's a bit balls to go just for 4 though against Cure.
Especially, with second Reaper coming in here.
Oh, look at this SUV helping out.
Oh yeah, that's actually very nice. It's can even potentially offer a bit of a buffer versus these Zerglings. Now we see him check that is adding in the additional link 5 and 6. Oh, nice there. Gets a drone with his first Reaper. That's
a bit sloppy though from Czech, I have to say. He needs to start building those spore crawlers. Nice talking to micro his drones a bit more. But, I mean, Cure getting a drone, it's a nice little win. He keeps Czech busy though, so maybe Czech will miss an Overlord, maybe he'll miss micro a bit, maybe that will build up on itself. But Cure...
Oh man, that Reaper.
He plays right to the final health point of those Reapers.
I like it, living on the edge. We have 3 Reapers out now.
Are you meaning that Cure is playing like hashtag YOLO?
Yeah, man, he's pretty much doing it right.
The YOLO Terran?
Yeah, and that's why he lost to teammate. Man, I'm joking. Or am I? Well,
you're so harsh.
Yeah, I don't even know if I was joking or not. But Q now, he has 3 of these Reapers. 8 Zerglings set up very nicely. These 4 Zerglings, they're going to go down. Can just pull back. There we see. Just go down on the low ground. You can keep that on the low ground as well. The wounded Reaper. Second Queen out though. Needs to be a bit careful. A good focus fire there from Czech is going to force him away for now.
Of course, the Reapers will be deterred as the speed is about to finish. You don't really know for sure the exact timing, because some Zergs do like to get a 16 gas, for instance. Some like to get a bit later, like a 3-minute gas, and some do like to get that 3:20, which is standard against Protoss. So that's why we often see the Reapers go back before speed and not get that extra little damage.
Yeah, man, because you lose those Reapers, and that's pretty much all of your early map control, because 2 Hellions isn't actually too much. However, though, now with the setup that Cure is getting, he has a 3rd command center, and he retained the Reapers, and now with this Hellion production, Hellion Reaper together is very powerful versus pure Zergling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's really difficult with a pure Zergling to deal with this.
And you can, of course, pressure 3rd base quite heavily, force a lot of units from the Zerg.
I just want to point out, by the way, Czech is extremely late with his 3rd. It should go down between 5:30 and 6 minutes.
Well, actually, yeah, man, now that you pointed out.
So this is 2 base muter.
Yeah, he's grabbing the lair. Those are the gases here. With 3 command center.
Oh dear.
Double engineering bay.
Oh dear.
Here's playing the greediest style you can go as Terran. Like, it's sort of become, the Terran standard. But still, very greedy, and 2 base muter can catch you off guard and do a lot of damage. However now, will Q be able to identify this? If he sees no 3rd, and he sees the double gas in the natural, if he realizes, wait, you have no 3rd base.
He might just pull Bunny.
Yeah, and he's just well, I've got a decent Marine count coming, I've got these units at the front, do you know what, I'm just going to kill you. This Spine, of course, is going to help a lot, but with a good number of Marines, Q might be able to just overrun Czech. So it's going to be very interesting to see, how does he read this?
Well, Cure sees now no third base whatsoever, and he's now scouting in here, sees a lair, and that is going to confirm that, well, this is going to be, he even sees the Spire, so now he knows for certain that this is going to be Muta play. Now, of course, he's getting +1/+1, he's going to get that stim, and a bit of a run by here. That's very nice from Czech. He needs to clean up these Marines.
Yeah, like, and remember now, just because of the additional racks production is actually a bit slower than, you know, if you go for those racks right away with this sort of style that or build that Cure is doing. Any Marine that he can pick off will really like empower the Mutalisks when they start swinging in here. So good move there from Czech.
It looks right now though that Cure wants to really go for it. I mean, he's adding it up to 5 racks, and of course he has the third command center. Actually, whoa, he lifts it down. Okay, never mind what I just said. Cure wants to just play this out. He wants to just macro and not let Czech you know, have his way with him, basically. I mean, Czech is going to get out like 8-9 mutas. He's going to start harassing, but with Marines coming out and turrets, it'll be incredibly difficult to do any damage whatsoever.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, like Cure, just playing it very well, very solid. Now, here's the thing, right? He's going to have +1. Combat Shield's going to be done in roughly a minute and a half, but he does have Stim. And he's got these units, like, you'd actually now, just because he's sort of kept the Hellions and the Reapers, these are going to be a great buffer for the number of Marines that Cure has. So if he decides to move out and keeps these units in front of them to let them tank up the damage from the Zerglings, there's not going to be anything here for Czech to really stop this sort of attack.
That's very, very true. I think he got his... No, he didn't. Okay, so no baiting speed yet.
Oh,
Let's see how...
That's dangerous. This is a very tense moment now.
It is. Now, Cure is going to get 5 Marines at a time. It's all about how much these mutas can make happen. We see the gases are quite susceptible, but Cure now with Stim, Medivacs should be on their way. We're actually 2 already out. Cure should be absolutely, you know, ready for this, and he can even just Stim into the mutas. And maybe kill a few.
There's a Hellion or 2 there to the Mutalisks. Just gonna drop a Marine or an SCV2. Doesn't even matter at this point. So pretty much, I want to be as bold as, you know, to say that Czech's idea here with these Mutalisks has pretty much just failed.
It's pretty null. I mean, his 1/1 is after the 2/2, just as we saw with Bunny.
Yeah, man, that's true. I keep saying yeah, man, a lot. I just realised that.
Yeah,
you know what?
Sometimes.
I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna say. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. No, right.
You're pulling a witch doctor?
Yeah, but look at this now. So, he has Combat Shield. He's going to have the faster 2/2. And this is just going to set up Cure with an extremely powerful attack. He's got Hellbats, Medivacs in support. Cure's army is very, very powerful. Baneling speed, however, though, will be finishing up here for Czech. And that's what he's really going to have to rely on to stay in this game.
But Czech, of course, doing what most Zugs would do with this build, has been droning extremely heavily, and that means his army is quite lackluster against what Cure has. And, well, here comes the first few Banelings in, going to roll in and try to kill for a few Marines. It's all about the splits, though. If Cure doesn't split, he can still just lose his entire army.
Oh, very nice splitting here, though, from Cure, and he cleans up most of the Hellbats even stand, because those Banelings bypassed them, and they can get healed by those Medivacs, of course, and they deal very well and tank very nicely versus Zerglings. And look at this, the Mutalisks count for Czech is virtually non-existent, and now Cure can just drop up into the main, and this is going to be an extremely hard position for Czech to break, because he's got Widowmines in support as well that he can burrow on the low ground, making those Mutalisks completely useless.
I would love to see some elevator play, but Czech is ready for this. So we see now Cure is moving towards the middle of the map. He might just want to push down all the creep, because remember, his 2/2 is about to finish at the same time as the 1/1. He's incredibly ahead in that regard. His 3/3 is going to finish just about the same time as the 2/2. That is an incredible timing for Cure. And also, he's 3 base versus 3 base. He doesn't even have to rush this. He can just constantly push.
Oh yeah, man, this is looking so good for our Terran Hellbats here at the front. Look at that, they soak 4 of those Banelings. That's a good number, really. You want to get those to connect with a bunch of Marines, not really getting the detonations that he's looking for here. And Cure, with a very strong army, has those Widowmines, has the Medivacs. 2/2 is done. He starts 3/3 right away. So in case this push just doesn't kill Czech outright, he's going to have an even more powerful follow-up attack.
And right now we see only 8 Banes on the map, and we see a lot of Zerglings, but that's not going to be enough, I feel. Cure, though, he's not paying attention whatsoever. He's not splitting, and Czech does clean up most of this, but of course,
those Widowmines, man,
Of course, the Widow Mites.
Yeah, they got some great connections with those shots on top of the army here from Czech. More Banelings rolling in. They're going to be able to clean up, you know, the middle section. But still, more units streaming in here for Q, and with this 2-2, his army is just proving way too strong, breaking down the Spawn Crawler in seconds. Overseer not going to finish, might even pick off an Overlord or two, but no, he's going to ignore the third base, go right up there into the natural, has these Widow Mines that he can burrow in a choke as well to control this. Needs to be careful to not have the splash to deal too much damage. Actually connect with a Mutalisk.
The Banes, non-existent.
Look at this, the rally from Cure. This is the end. You know what Cure's saying right now? Checkmate.
Checkmate, indeed. This is the end, my friend. And, oh, even some friendly fire coming down here from Cure. But that is going to be GG. And we see Czech dropping that first game to Cure. And, well, we might just see two Green Wins get through.
We might. You know, another Terran out of this group. And not only 3 Zergs. You know, like we said, this is going to be a very hard fight, of course, for Czech. Because Cure... just really strong in TVZ.
I think everyone would agree that Cure is favoured in this match.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't think there's anyone that can argue that at this point.
I don't think so. I mean, no. But, of course, Czech is still playing it as he should. It's just that
Cure is playing it just a
Cure
little bit
hard
better.
counters him much better with the like when he reads into the muters, he sees, okay, I have a very greedy build order, but I realize that if I get 1-1 and set up some turrets and just mass marine from here,
yeah, he just, you know, safeguards.
Exactly. The thing is, he gets away with that third base, and then you realize that for Czech to survive, he has to play 3 base versus 3 base. That's never going to work, and because of the early muters, which did nothing, by the way, he's now having he's 2 upgrades behind at all times.
Yeah, really, the only way to, I guess, sort of swing back would be, you know, going really explosively expanding, but that, of course, is a massive risk with Cure, with a game sense. Like, if you were to see, like, fewer units, you're like, wait, you're trying to take a 4th, you're, you know, playing a greedy, taking calculated risk. It still sort of puts him in the scenario of where he just dies outright to most things that Cure could do.
Absolutely. I mean, if Cure was trying to go for Banshee play, etc., that would be one thing, but Cure hasn't been doing that. He's been playing very old school styles. These kind of greedy openers with a Reaper.
Or like he goes up to 3 continuously.
It's a very aggressive way to go about it. But
if your opponent isn't focused or something like that, he can take a lot of damage.
And I feel that you know, earlier we saw these Reapers do a decent amount of damage, and not killing a queen is nothing major, but it was still very nice.
Also a few lings and. Still, you know, they were working as a pretty good buffer there early on, together with those Hellions.
I feel Czech, though, getting only 4 lings is a bit... Like, it's almost like underestimating your opponent.
Well, he did add in additional
later
ones
on, yes.
Yeah. But,
so I think this time he might just play a bit more safe.
Maybe. We'll have to see, though, guys, because we are jumping in now on our second map here in the deciding best of 3 to see who will be advancing on. He is here in the northern sector on Vani Research Station, playing for Team Jin Green Wings. He is the Red Terran Cure.
And his opponent in the south position, it is going to be the Blue Zerg right now, down 1 game. His only chance right now to qualify for the Kung Fu Cup. Is he going to make it? Give it up for Czech.
It's going to be a climb, man.
It's going to be a very uphill struggle.
Most definitely. Let's see now. Czech needs to pull he needs to bring something to the table, because I don't think he can go toe to toe here in a long macro game versus Cure.
I would like to say that I don't agree, but I feel that Cure's going to have to do some. Rather, Czech is going to have to hard counter Cure to really beat him in a straight-up macro game.
Like he hard counters whatever he does first, and then it goes to macro.
Exactly.
Game.
Let's say Czech opens up with roaches and Cure tries for the first time today. Hellion Banshee, for instance, that would be a way for Czech, you know, to get ahead and play from there. But as you say, as a straight-up macro game, it's going to be so difficult because Cure has superior mechanics right now. His decision-making is right on point. And we could see from his series versus Rogue that when he actually gets to the late game, he will not back down from still dropping you, from still going for those run buys, and he's really good at cleaning up that creep as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Cure has just really been displaying how good and how confident he is in his TVZ capabilities. We see once again the Reaper coming out from Cure, sort of sticking to his guns. Check. How's that tree going down? Pool, gas. So far, nothing weird.
Well, we're gonna see, you know, how many Reapers Cure gets this time. Would you bet on anything but 3?
Nah, man, I think it's gonna be 3.
It's
right?
at least 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if there's a third, but
The second one coming at you. How much can you get done with these, though?
We're gonna see. Czech did lose a drone last game. I feel that Czech was a bit sloppy though early on because he wasn't thinking the Cure would go as far as it did. But we see these top tier. Oh, by the way, he did get 6 slings. I told you.
Oh, yeah. So he's going to play a bit safer now.
Yeah, he's grown to respect Cure a bit more.
Yeah, I think he realized like, okay, Cure, I think you're a bit better than I first realized. First Reaper coming in here is gonna start whacking away at these drones.
He's so much quicker this time with his drone
almost.
micro.
That was a bit close there. Cure could have lost a Reaper if he wasn't.
Should he
paying
pull the
attention.
suppy and build a spore crawler?
Nah, I don't think so.
That'd been sick though.
Oh yeah, gets the trap.
Yeah.
Would have been really funny. Second Reaper is making its way across, and yeah, we see the third Reaper on the way right now for Cure.
And well, with 3 Reapers, Cure wants to do some damage or keep Czech back or be able to use them to a very extent later. But Czech is doing a decent job. He's not as quick as Rogue was with pulling back his links, but he's doing a decent job. And as you can see, as Speed is about to finish later on, he's going to be completely safe against these Reapers. So right now, all he's doing just buying time, and when the Speed is about to finish, then he can go do whatever he wants to, really.
Now, right now we see that Cure once again, you know, going just really textbook, not really deviating from you know, the standard style. Third command center, factory, reactor. So Cure just sticking to him, man. He doesn't want to switch things up too heavily.
I love how aggressive Cure is with his Reapers. He truly does the maximum amount of damage you can do without losing any Reapers. He's so aggressive with them. He does not stop using them. Now he's pulling back once again just before Speed. He knows his time is in his head. Just at 6 minutes, pulls them back, and now he's going to join forces with his Hellions. And well, once again, he's going to try to push towards that third base, which once again, Czech does not have yet.
Oh.
He has it now. This is a bit late though. He really has a lot of respect for Cure.
I mean, he has to have, because Cure, man, is really, really good. Ran him over there in that first game with Catalina.
Oh yeah, that was so one-sided. It's
And this is, of course, the deciding game. So if Czech...
Well,
drops
it doesn't
this
have to be, but it could be.
Yes, exactly. But the pressure here is on Czech.
It really is. I mean, Cure, if he messes up something, he can still say, it's fine, I'll 2-rack you the next game, or I'll just play my standard macro. But, well, Czech is starting to feel the pressure now. Cure is going to use his Reapers, and oh, is he really going to get a Queen with this? Oh, he goes back, okay. I think he could have gotten a Queen, but he wants to go back. Oh, he left it open, that's
A bunch
fine.
of Lings actually do make it in here. This is going to be very annoying. It will slow down Cure considerably, actually. Loses a bunch of SCVs, just a few. Got some mining time as well. You know, even though it doesn't seem that big, it buys a decent amount of time, actually.
It's also saved a Queen for Czech.
Oh, that's really nice.
At least one. He had all 3 off of creep, and one was really low, no transfuses available. Really scary situation, of course, because when you start losing Queens, that's when the Hellions does start doing more and more damage, and you might even lose a transfuse if you're unlucky. But we now see the double Evo, we see the Bayonet, so Czech is going into that macro game. But once again, look at these Reapers, look at the Hellions, killing off at least 1 Queen, and this is a great trade we see from Cure.
Yeah, this is what I mean, you know, with keeping those Reapers alive. They offer so much extra damage. He's going to get 3 Queens. We'll be able to pick off this 4th one. Zerglings need to come in and assist, but they're not done yet. A few more in production. Baneliness has been dropped down, started that 1-1. Cure, on the other hand, has established his third base, will start saturating that armory on the way. Cure just starting to ramp up the production and his infrastructure. Doing some great work here with those Reapers and Hellions.
I want to point out as well, those 2 queens he killed were creep spreading queens, so you can see how he killed the forward creep tumors. So the creep of the Czech has really been hindered for some time, and it forced a lot of minerals to be spent into this. Czech is getting a bit flustered as well, making 5 overloaded at the same time as he got supply blocked, which is never something you want to be doing. We saw Rogue in this position, you know, getting a macro hatch, having La, and getting a 4th. We don't see them for Czech yet.
No, man. Like, those two guys, those two Zergs, have quite different play styles. I would definitely say, of course, Rogue, the stronger of the two, especially in this matchup. But now we have a good section of Hellbats here, moving towards this third base. Baneling's now morphing. That's a little late. But he might be able to hold this off because he's remade a decent number of Queens. But here we have a few Marines popping in with that Stim Pack. They will offer a lot of additional DPS to this army.
Well, Cure is going to move in here, and it's all about splitting as these Banelings. If he splits correctly, these Banes won't be all too effective, but well, they do connect to 2 of the Hellbats, and this will be cleaned up very nicely by Czech, and that was a small win for him. We do see a big supply dumped there from Cure, but of course, Cure is still macroing, and still 3 base to 3 base.
Yeah, you know, and that's where things get a bit dicey. Now we see the 4th hatchery. Oh, no, wait, that's actually a proxy...
a proxy hatchery?
Yeah, a proxy hatchery. It's a macro hatch, but the 4th hatchery now being dropped down here for Czech. And, you know, soon we'll be seeing this game sort of progress into the typical TVZ mid-game sort of scenario where the Zerg has to hold on to that 4th base, get a decent Mutalisk count, and, you know, make sure to not suffer too much damage. If he loses that 4th base, that generally seals the deal, but as long as he can maintain that and sort of keep the Terran back, fighting with inferior upgrades, you'll generally see the Zerg slowly start, you know, pulling ahead. But we're quite far from that stage, but you know, we're slowly moving towards it right now.
Oh yeah, Cure, by the way, is just about equal in upgrades as Czech. So they're going to be very, very equal in that regard. But Cure, of course, having a much bigger army than Czech, it has a big potential here to do a lot of damage. The Ling Run does some damage, which is nice. But, Cure mismicroing for a second, does lose a bit too much here. Will still be putting on this quite some pressure.
And he well, gets rid of most of the Banelings. Oh, never mind. he caught a handful there with the faces of his Marines. Not optimal, to be honest. But
you usually want to catch them with the
bullets.
The bullets of your gun.
Yeah, the bullets of the guns. They have like these C-18.
You'd know that
big rifles,
if anyone.
Big guns, man.
Yeah.
But this hatchery is actually fairly low. Could be. I think. Is he gonna get this? He hasn't. He needs to stim his Marines. Queen's trying to defend right now. Oh my god! If he gets this, nah, the Banelings. Okay, good job. Good job, Czech. Drop swinging into the natural. Meanwhile, though, Czech is going to try to go for an assault here on the 3rd base of Cure, but it's a completely walled off area here. Marines stimming forward. These Banelings getting decent connections, but the splitting is pretty good from Cure. But on the mineral line, that is going to come under attack nicely, though. Does lower those depots just in time to save most of those SCVs.
Yeah, well, one Bane does detonate, but that's not going to be enough. He lost all his Banes with that. Czech did drop and get cleaned up, but at least with 1 medevac. But he's taking a nice supply advantage here. Worker still goes to Czech, but the army is just phenomenal for Cure, who can just start rallying across the map if he wants to. Another drop here with Widow Mines. You know, we talked about those drilling claws drops that keeps coming. He's going to do the same here, which is really insane, really.
Oh man, I really love this from Cure. Like, these tiny keep moves are they're so cool, and has a Widow Mine as well. You know, with this drop, picks up the units in the medevac. Is going to unload a Widow Mine or 2. No, just bypasses that 4th hatchery. Actually, going to be looking to go right into that 3rd.
Yeah, and while we're drilling close, you
can't. Oh no, he's not reacting.
Oh wow, that's really not good for Czech, and that was a lot of work just going down there. And Cure is going to drop right into the main base.
So many Queens there for Czech, though, and the Mutas will be able to capture this medevac full of units.
Oh, by the way, I just want to point out, Czech play without Mutas for the first 15 minutes in the game. This is
very brave.
Rather, I would say it's really it shows that he's a bit frightened, because playing Mutas are supposed to be picking up units. Oh dear.
Oh man.
But like, yeah, okay. So Mutas are supposed to be aggressive, counteract, make sure that you can get an edge in the game and kill reinforcements. But he just goes for Ling Bane because he knows that if Cure attacks, he needs every single Baneling. Here comes Cure now with a big push as he's getting his 4th base built up here, and this is getting very scary for Czech.
And these upgrades, man, for our Terran are 2-2.
Oh, he never made +2 Kerpers.
Oh god, this is a huge mistake from Czech. Oh yeah, it's still a huge mistake there from Czech. The Baneling's actually rolling in, doing some decent damage, but still so much bio stands there for Cure. These Widow Mines haven't even, you know, used their shots yet. So I think he's just going to try to set up here. He's going to focus down this hatchery, but the Banelings do roll in. By some time, it's still very, very low. So only 1 or 2 Marine shots will pick that off. And there we go, the hatchery falls, and now, you know, Czech in a world of pain because the rally has started. Cure with that +3 attack on the way is pushing across the map here, cleaning up some of that creep. Looking very dark for Czech.
And Cure has a lot of scans saved up as well, so he's just making sure he's not going into trap, he's not going into a big concave of banelings. But he kind of realizes now that Czech doesn't have too much. The arm is just amazing for Cure. Czech has been so greedy, just trying to saturate that 4th base, and all the banelings do come in, connecting finally to the left-hand side, but right is just not enough, and we might just see Cure, or most likely will see Cure, get through this qualifier and just eliminate Czech.
Yeah, man, it is going to be looking very dark here, and there we go. So Cure takes down Czech 2-0, man, and that means we're going to have 2 guys from JNA Green Wings qualifying on together out of this 2nd Korean qualifier here in the Kung Fu Cup. Oh, man, that was a great series again.
That's a fantastic
Probably,
series.
Not going to lie, man, I'm not going to fake hype. It wasn't as good as the others because it was kind of one-sided.
It was quite one-sided.
But, you know, really, it's always a pleasure to watch Cure play.
It is, and I mean, Czech is not a bad player whatsoever. He's a really, really good player, but Cure is one of the best
Just a bit better, you know.
Yeah, he's like the next level a bit. So you can see here like how solid his game is. He understands what's happening. Really nice to see, and I think it's still a great way to kind of end our Korean qualifiers.
Yeah, that was the last one. So you know, our players to qualify out of this out of the qualifier today, gonna be we have Rogue as our first Zerg, and
Hyun?
Yeah, that's Hyun, and now of course Cure. So 2 Zergs, 1 Terran.
And well, of course, that means that we have had all our Korean games. It's a bit sad to say.
Yeah, man, they've been so good, all of these games.
Oh yeah.
But you know what, guys? We're very happy to have been able to bring all of this to you. We're casting it live from Cruxel Studios in Stockholm, Sweden. Cruxel Productions stands behind all of this.
Yeah, really nice guy, helped us out so much.
Yeah, man, there he is, look at him.
He's so tired.
Yeah, he's worked really hard.
Yeah, and of course, I love how he managed to fix these monitors as well behind us.
It looks so good.
Looks so good. It's such an improvement. But yeah, of course, he also helps us out with all the graphic and everything. So cheers to Cruxel.
Check him out. You know, you can hit him up on Facebook, on Twitter.
Yeah, he probably will fix our Twitter. You can see in the graphics. And of course, shout outs to everyone who's been helping us cast.
Yeah, and to our admins, of course. You know, doing an excellent job here, helping us with these qualifiers. And to all of you guys who've been watching us, supporting the stream. Yeah, you know, you make this possible. Very happy. I'm very sad about having to shave, you know, because it takes a long time for me to grow a mustache and like a bit of a beard. Sort of, it's extremely pathetic, but it takes a long time. So I'm a bit sad over that. But nonetheless, you know, we've had great shows yesterday and today.
Yeah.
And you know, make sure to if you like what you saw here, follow our channel. Tweet at us, of course, hashtag Kung Fu Cup, because we have more qualifiers coming up. We're going to bring one to you tomorrow. That's going to be the 2nd European one, and sign-ups are still open.
They are still open. They don't close until an hour before the event, just about. And of course, that is going to be at 6 p.m. CET. You can go onto the Team Liquid page if you need to see your own time and you know who's been qualifying. You know, can you try to qualify?
Who knows?
So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great run. Thank you for everyone who's been watching. I'm Zweg.
And I'm Tenshi. You've been watching us on eSports 7, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 6 o'clock.